From Brooklyn, New York, we've got the father of hip-hop soul, DV Alias Khryst. He's been on a creative streak, releasing single after single this year. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about all of the music he's been creating and what he's got coming next. Let's bring him in.
What's good? What's good?
Peace, my brother. Peace. Salute.
What's good? Yeah, part and stuff. Yeah, I'm out in Washington Heights right now.
That's
So
what's
we
up.
live
That's a
from
good
Washington
place to
Heights.
be. That's what it is. Yo, just a day ago, a week before that, we got tracks like The Come Up, Opulence. I mean, you just been dropping a steady stream of
Mhm.
music, right? Really turning up the heat on everybody. Talk to us about this creative energy that's going on right now with DV Alias Khryst.
I mean, for the most part, for me, it's really about being consistent. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, as it pertains to like artists that's coming out these days, they're not giving us enough work to feed off of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And coming from my class, like coming from, the school of artists that I come from, a lot of them are just complacent. Like not a handful of them, but enough of them are complacent where it's just like, I'm already at legendary status. So it doesn't matter. I'm already such and such with such and such. For me, my approach at this shit now is if I'm a new artist, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not approaching, like my mentality to my career is like, okay, I'm starting from zero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole new generation of people, that's never heard before. Like that's the mentality that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
all right, let me go super fucking ham, you know what I'm saying, and reestablish why I really do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the concept of it came from, my
Yeah.
photographer slash videographer. He was like, he's an MC himself, and I record him, and when I was recording him, he was just doing one verse, and I was like, where the rest of the fucking song at?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, this is the song. And I was like, yo, that's a dope ass idea. It's like you breadcrumbing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
was like, yo, I'm going to run with that, bro. I call it the Breaker Ting. I said, yo, I'm going to run with that. And I'm going to call it Flip Phone Rap Freestyles. Flip Phone
Right,
Rap
because I've been
Fridays.
seeing that flip phone rap freestyles. Right, right.
Yeah. So I designed the freestyles after the Motorola SkyTech phones, from 1987, 88.
Yeah.
So I actually have one of those phones. So I use those phones as a prop in the
Yeah,
video, opposed to
because you
like
always post it up. You post it up like
yeah,
old school, right?
yeah. So it's more about me just, I'm talking to the people. I'm just having flip from conversation with people opposed to looking at them. I'm talking to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the concept of it, and it's having some fun and going my range on able to like hit it through, different on the dartboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. Now, I know that you've been hitting them every week. Are you thinking about doing, a bigger project once you get a lot of them in the chamber? Are you, what is it going somewhere? Are you just gonna keep hitting them and see what happens?
I mean, y'all got to stay tuned, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to stay tuned. I mean, I don't know no cutoff point. So every Friday, drop a flip phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Now, I wanted to ask you, in 2025, you know, with technology and this approach that you're using with social media, has the meaning of hip hop soul evolved? Is it different today, than when it was when you first came up with that whole subgenre of hip hop?
I mean, it's a lot different because now we have technology.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And before when we were coming up putting out music, it was all
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's phones.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was getting quarters from the laundromat. You know what I'm saying? And going to the payphones and requesting your music on the radio stations and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then we had mix show radio, and DJs were like more active in breaking records, and you know what I'm saying. So I I think it made us appreciate putting out music than how it is now. It's a lot easier to fucking music out.
Yeah.
You could be any Joe Blow the fucking Apple King and drop an album right now on DistroKid if you want to.
Yeah.
So now it's overly saturated, but but I think the beauty of it is when you push through all of this saturation, you got something. When it's all of these people and then your music gets the opportunity to pierce through,
Yeah.
and I feel like that just comes with being consistent overall. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope. That's dope, man. That's dope. Now you've had a series that you've released in different ways. Ming, money is not God. Can you talk to us how you came up with that and the meaning behind that for you?
I like a smart device.
Yeah, you jumped in and out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my bad. But money is not God. That came to me. This shit out. You can still hear me?
Oh
You
yeah,
can hear
yeah,
me well?
yeah, yeah. And you
Oh,
know
okay,
what's dope
bet.
about it? You can hear the city, and it sounds dope.
Yeah, it's a little backdrop, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but money is not God. That concept came from I was just sitting in my crib one day and I was trying to figure out like an acronym
Hmm.
for the meaning, for the meaning of Ming. Because I got the name Ming from Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The bad
You know
guy.
what I'm saying? And I was like, that was kind of like just my alter ego. Just like when I get on my I don't give a fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I'm on my Ming the Mer shit. And I was like, one day I was sitting and I was thinking about it. I was like, hold on. Money is not, oh shit, money is not God. It just came, just came to me like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm running with that because it's suitable. It's like money is definitely current. It's currency.
Yeah.
It's important, but it's definitely not to be worshipped. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me just come with something that could be playful. And like my whole concept with everything that I'm doing is really just to make, having some knowledge and some knowledge itself, fucking cool again. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's cool to be a fucking idiot and that's cool if that's your lane.
Right.
But we got to make having some intelligence, cool again.
That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying? It's nothing wrong with being smart. There's nothing wrong with, having some vernacular or having, just a different POV on how you see the world. You know
That's
what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah, it's good. And it's really dope because so much of your music, especially lately, has been really introspective, where you're talking about a lot of experiences that you've had, moments in hip hop. But there's one that stands out where one of the lyrics was like where you talk about where you recorded a track with 50, but it never actually came out. Can you unpack that story?
I mean, yeah. You talking about the freestyle that I did over what's the main what's the god? That's the joint you
Yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah,
about, right?
yeah. The Kanye
Yeah.
joint, and you talk about that. You've got stuff like that. You got smoking blunts with Big, and you got like all these stories in your rhymes.
Yeah, well, it's my way of monetizing my own story.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not really big on interviews. I don't do a lot of podcasting. I don't do lives and shit like that too much.
yeah,
I'm not fake mysterious. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally mysterious. Like that's just
Yeah.
how I am. I've been like this forever. And then, being a Pisces, I think that kind of correlates too to like the
Yes.
mysticism. You know what I'm saying? Like I,
Absolutely.
I like to be heard, but I'm not really the one that likes to be uh, on the scene too much unless it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But a
Yeah.
lot of those stories, all of my stories are true. I don't rap about shit that I ain't do, seen, done, or was a part of,
Yeah.
so to speak. I'm always drawing from my experiences, and I know how to tailor it in a way, where it could be entertaining, so to speak. But it's always
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah, bro. And happy belated birthday. I know that
Thank you.
just passed, right? These are like you're like in post birthday celebrations this weekend, I imagine. You
Yeah,
know?
it was incredible. It's so crazy. Like I said, this year I got more birthday shout outs than I ever got in my life. To be honest with
That's
you.
dope, man.
Yeah, it's definitely humbling to know that people give a fuck like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's good to make it, to this stage of the game, you know what I'm saying? Cuz not everybody made it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I feel like the eight ball. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Yeah.
the eight ball. I survived. The '80s, the '90s. The East Coast, West
Yeah.
Coast. I
Yeah.
survived all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm able to, stand outside like I am right, like I am right
Yeah.
now. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Washington Heights in the building.
yeah, they were like, "Oh, you out?" No, I'm really outside.
I really am
Yeah.
outside. My bro, before we wrap up, there's a subject that I want to make sure that we touch on, which is something that's, in addition to your music, in addition to being the father of hip hop soul, there's another big part of your whole persona, which is fashion. Can you talk to us about, that role in your life and the impact you had on it and the impact it's had on you?
Well, I always got to keep
I
that, put
see
that
you.
shit on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always got to keep, put that shit on.
Yeah.
But fashion, I get the fashion part from my mom. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, to be honest with you, like my mom's always and still is very fashionable, very fashion forward, and and then from my environment, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up in my neighborhood, like all the brothers that I grew up around, especially on my block that I lived on Herkimer,
Yeah.
all the dudes was getting fly, and I'd be looking out my window. I'm seeing MPVs with Momo rims and lights under them, and you know what I'm saying? Dudes walking around with big fat Dookie gold chains and shit, and always seeing that, I always wanted to be a part of not only being fashionable but being an influencer as it
Yeah.
pertains to to fashion and shit. And I've done it subconsciously. I say a lot of things to myself in my mind. I postulate a lot, and
Yeah.
I live in my own aberrations at times, but those things actually come to pass just based on, how much I believe in what it is that I'm putting out there. And
Yeah.
fashion is a dope way of being able to express, who you are without speaking. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
good.
you could put that shit on and just be standing there and you just looking like a conversation. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So fashion for me is very, very quintessential, especially when you're an artist and you looking to market yourself and you looking to like just, show people that you care about yourself. I feel like
Yeah.
fashion is just another way of showing how much you care about those little details about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good, bro. That's good. Another question I wanted to ask you is, everything from your name, DV alias Christ, to anybody who follows you and they see all of the knowledge that you drop in posts and in your stories, you always have a deep quote. In your lyrics, you're always introspective and talking about different forms of spiritual and philosophical technologies. Can you talk to us about, your background in regards to thought, right? Like what you've studied, what's guided you, um, that type of conversation.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always been guided by the spirit. I've always been guided, by this, I'll say just spiritual energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it led me, into different religious practices.
Mm.
You know, one being Islam. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then there was Buddhism, and then there was Yoruba. Which I'm still involved in very heavy,
Yeah.
and I feel like spirituality is the foundation and the and the ground for how I actually was able to survive throughout my whole entire life, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, have a belief system, in something higher than myself, I don't think that I would be able to be. I guess humble would be the simple word to use. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm humbled by my spirituality. Like it's allowed me to stay grounded. It's allowed me to be able to do everything that I'm doing without fucking worrying about uh, the judgment or the backlash. Like I live in my own microcosm, and I'm like, if you fuck with what I'm doing, cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But being spiritually grounded allows me to navigate through this shit the way that I navigate, and having a spiritual family background. You know what I'm saying? Like my
Yeah.
mother, my father, like my grandmother, God bless her soul. Like just everybody in my family is very spiritually and intuitive, and we keep each other up. We lift each other up, and that's really the foundation of just how I move. Period. I like it wouldn't be no DV Alias Khryst without the spirit. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just the whole name, like DV Alias Khryst. Like DV means the voice, alias known as Christ, the voice known as Christ. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm the voice of New York, man. Like that's period, point blank. They'll label me the East Coast Nate Dogg, but no one's calling Nate Dogg the West Coast Christ. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's good.
You get what I'm saying?
I
So
do.
he's who he is over there, and I am who I am here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just getting started. That's the scary shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm literally just getting started with everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Closing
That's
time.
good. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You see?
That's right. Because it's later. It's later in New York than it is here in LA. My
Oh, where,
brother.
where where you at?
I'm downtown LA.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, did y'all feel the aftershocks from the earthquake?
Nah, brother. Nah. No. And God bless those people going through stuff out there. But I didn't feel anything here downtown.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. That's news is crazy, man. I be trying. That's why I be focused on music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you posted something interesting that, if you can explain whatever knowledge you have on it, the eclipse, today, the 29th, and you posted it, and I was like, I need to ask him about that. What is that?
What, the solar eclipse?
Yeah.
I mean, this is now the time for, manifestation. You know, this is the time for manifestation. This is the time to actually allow yourself to, let go and
Yeah.
allow, and to disengage with things that no longer serve you and that's not for the betterment of your moving forward and things of that
Yeah.
nature, and to cleanse yourself of all of the wrong things that are not allowing you to elevate within your natural life. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's good.
So it's
My,
a good time to be having this interview, you
yeah.
know, on the solar eclipse type shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope. That's dope. And I'm honored to have you on, my bro. We opened it up talking about the amazing creative streak you've been on with the Flip Phone series, dropping a song every single week. As we start to wrap up, can you tell us, what's coming next? Any little sneak peek that you want to give us?
I mean, yeah, I got some albums dropping. Me and JP, the producer, we got a project that we're doing. I manage JP, the producer, and I'm very happy and pleased and proud of the work that she's doing and putting out there. And I got some things cooking, man. But me and JP, we about to fuck them up. We fucking them up, but we about to fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
working
go hard.
with Neff Beats. You know what I'm saying? Neff got some shit. The Opulence record that was produced by Praise. I've been working with Praise for about 10 plus years now, some shit like that. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And you know, I got a record with Ito that Kels with the Heat produced, and I got a lot of heat, man. I got so much fucking heat about the drop. It's not even. I got this whole year covered. I tell you that. I got
That's
this
dope.
year, next year, the year after. You know, inshallah, if it allows it to,
Yeah,
to go that way, I got enough music for the next 10 years. I tell you
that's,
that.
that's dope, brother. That's dope. 2025 is gonna be yours, my bro. What an amazing year you got coming.
Gratitude, yeah, man. I say this, man. Like New York needs a different level of representation, and not this is not versus anybody. This is not versus what or pro, whatever anybody's doing or whatever the case is. No, this is straight,
Yeah,
Lionsgate talk. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like this gladiator shit. I'm cut from a whole different fucking cloth and lineage. So what I'm speaking about, I got the energies of the biggies and the,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and the J's and the smoother hustlers and the, and the MOPs, like just the lineage of just all of the greats that came from Brooklyn and just came from New York as a
yeah.
whole. So it's just very, very imperative for me to make sure that I do my part in being that gateway, not a gatekeeper, but a gateway for, this New York groove that we about to, perpetuate and get cracking. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. That's dope, bro. That's dope. DV Alias Khryst, it's been an honor to have you on the Cristopolis Show, my bro. I can't wait to hear the new music you got dropping. I know you're going to drop something next week. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You just been killing
oh
them.
yeah. Every week you're gonna get a new freestyle. So yeah,
That's
definitely
dope.
be prepared for
That,
that.
that's dope, my brother. I appreciate you. Listen, I know you don't do this often, so I really appreciate you taking out the time for the
Yeah,
interview. You
man,
know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
out eating, having a birthday celebration. I took a step away, to talk
Thank you,
to my
brother.
boy. You know what I
Thank you,
mean?
brother. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on. Man, thank you to the people that are with you that let me borrow you for just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And hey, have an amazing time. Happy birthday again, my
Thank
bro.
you, brother. Appreciate you. Salute.
Salute. Peace.